Before we can include dynamic content in our emails, we'll need to create a segmentation. A segmentation in Marketo is a collection of logically related segments. To create a segmentation, you need to be in the lead database, find the segmentation folder, and then select new segmentation. We're going to call this my first segmentation, and then add your name. And now we're going to add segments to this segmentation. So for this particular example, we're simply going to segment on industry. So we'll add a segment called IT and Finance Industry. We'll add another segment called Government, and then we'll add a third segment for Primary Industry. And now we'll click Create. You'll notice once I create this segmentation, there'll be a few segments already created from the list I've given. So what we now need to do is for each of these segments, create a smart list. Think of a segmentation as a pie and the segments as slices of that pie. We need to determine the size of each pie. So we're going to keep it quite simple. In this particular case, we're simply going to segment on industry, and we're going to say that you can be in IT or finance to belong to this particular segment in our new segmentation. And that's all we need to do. We'll do the same for government. We'll create a smart list which says that if your industry field is government, then you belong in that segment. And then for primary industry, we'll do the same. Except in this particular case, we'll add a few more industries within that segment. So for example, primary industry could be farming, mining, energy, and so on. So we're not limited to a particular value. We can get as complicated or as simple as we want in a particular segment. Now let's say we wanted to add another segment. We could click Edit Segments, add another segment, and let's call it primary industry in New South Wales, or for example, Australia. So in this particular segment, we might create a more complicated smart list, which is smart list based on an industry filter, which would be the same as before. For example, farming, mining, energy, but we might add another criteria for country, and we might put Australia here. So as you can see, each segment is actually a smart list, which can be as complicated or as simple as you want. As a marketer, you need to give the segmentation and the segments names that make sense for your business. Once we've created all the segments in our segmentation, we need to approve this. Once you approve a segmentation, you can't go back and modify it. So you need to be absolutely sure that you're getting it correct. And there you go. We've created our first segmentation.